Does the U.S. have the safest food? A natural preservative found in your intestine? Move over, Tupperware, glass is back. And this week's numbers from the USDA. It's Food News Friday. I'm Chef Todd Moore. My mission is empowering people to cook without recipes. They experience the freedom to cook what they want, how they want it, the confidence to take control and try new things, the health benefits of fresh, wholesome foods, and the family-strengthening bonds of dinner time together, as well as the money they save by eating well. Live without rules, cook without recipes. It's a no-recipe lifestyle. The United States provides one of the safest food supplies in the world. With the FDA, the USDA, the CDC, the EPA, and the food, beverage, and agricultural industries working together, our food supply is becoming even safer. However, despite all of these safety factors, microorganisms may still exist at levels that present safety risks. Consumers expect that food that they buy in the supermarket is as free as possible from bacteria. However, none of the control measures currently in use can completely remove 100% of the microorganisms present in food. That's why good sanitation and careful food handling and preparation by everyone in the food system will always be necessary to prevent foodborne illness. What can you do to avoid getting sick from food? A Consumer's Guide to Food Safety Risks is on foodinsight.org. In a related story, a breakthrough natural preservative has been discovered that kills foodborne bacteria. A new naturally occurring preservative that could be added to food during processing has the potential to kill deadly pathogens and extend shelf life, say the U.S. scientists behind this discovery. Researchers from the University of Minnesota said they found the first natural preservative with the ability to kill bacteria such as E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria. They expect this product to come to market in 3 years. E. coli and Salmonella account for more than half of the food recalls in the U.S. that cost food producers an estimated $1.4 billion in 2010. Some 28% of the annual 3,000 deaths from foodborne illnesses are linked to Salmonella, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Roy Harrington reports on foodqualitynews.com. Are glass food containers making a comeback? Well, from the 1960s Tupperware to today, plastic containers and plastic bags have been the way to store foods. However, recent concerns about BPA and other harmful chemicals leaching from plastics have made glass food storage popular again. While they're much heavier than plastic, they can shatter, and they cost considerably more money. The threat of carcinogens entering foods is making these objections to glass storage containers much less important. Robin Shreves writes for the Mother Nature Network and has suggestions for affordable glass containers to protect your food and your health. Read the entire story at mnn.com. Let's go to this week's numbers from the USDA. The Farm Expenditures Report was released, and in 2010, the United States average farm expenditure was $131,793. That's up about $650 since 2009, an increase of about half a point. The four largest expenditures at the farm are feed at 16%, farm services at 12%, labor 10%, and rent accounts for 9% of farm expenses. The top three average per farm expenditures with the largest dollar increase were rent, which went up 14.5%, tractors and self-propelled equipment went up 17%, and fertilizer, lime, soil conditioners, things like that, up about 5%. So the costs for the people that grow your food are rising. If you compare this report to your budget, ask, has your rent, your feed, your self-propelled equipment increased? Your farmers has increased more. So before you complain about the price of food, think about the people that are growing it. However, the Agricultural Land Values Report was also released this month, and it seems that the value of farm land and the assets therein has increased for the first time in 3 years. The United States farm real estate value, a measurement of the value of all land and buildings on farms, averaged $2,350 per acre for 2011. That's up 7% from 2010. Regional changes in the average value of farm real estate ranged from 16% increase in the Corn Belt to a 2% decline in the Southeast region. The highest farm real estate values remained in the Northeast at $4,690 per acre. That's more than twice the national average. So when the farmland is worth more than the activity of farming, we're bound to lose some farmers. Let's dip into the wine report. In 2011, global wine trade is expected to continue to expand to another record. In 2010, global wine imports reached 4.4 billion liters. That's up 7% from the previous year. This is driven largely by stronger demand from Russia, China, and Hong Kong. The European Union is the world's largest supplier, consumer, exporter, and importer of wine. Over the past several years, the rate of growth has been slowing due to policies aimed at social and health concerns and competition from alternative beverages. But at the same time, unit values were dropping as consumers demanded less expensive wines. The United States is the second largest import market. Imports are forecast to continue trending upward on higher consumption and interest in trying new wines. Last year, U.S. imports reached 932 million liters on greater shipments to the EU. The EU supplies about half of U.S. imports, followed by Australia at 20% and Chile at 15%. But in a reversal of earlier trends, bottled wine imports grew by value and volume, while bulk wine shipments fell, indicating that consumers have embraced more expensive brands. So imports by China and Hong Kong are expected to continue to surge due to greater interest in international brands, increased promotion from major suppliers, and the rising incomes in those countries. Over the past several years, the demand for bottled imports has grown faster than bulk or boxed products as consumers are moving up the wine quality chain. For food news during the week, follow Chef Todd Moore on Facebook and Twitter, and live a no-recipe lifestyle.